Let us take you back to our top story. This roof collapse at a mall in Tembisa, east of Johannesburg. eNCA's Thulasizwe Simelane is there for us. Thulas, good evening to you.
Good evening, Iman. Well, the scene here in Phumulani Mall in Tembisa is absolute chaos. As we were driving in on the R562, the road that leads to this area, we could see, as soon as we were approaching the mall, we could see residents of this area taking stock of the damage that has occurred, mainly to their houses. Roofs blown away. We could see corrugated iron sheets that were thrown up in the air and actually hanging from electricity pylons. This talks really to the force and magnitude of the storm that fell over this area about an hour and a half ago. As we drove into the mall, we could see a truck that was in the parking lot that was flipped over, that was overturned, and cars that are extensively damaged from the hailstorm and the winds that were accompanying the storm. Let me tell you a bit more detail. I'm joined by the Ekurhuleni Disaster Management spokesperson, William Ntladi, who will give us a bit of an update as to what has happened. William, I'll ask you to just step a bit close to me here so we can see you clearly. Just take us through the details of what happened here today and what you know at this particular point in terms of the toll, in terms of injuries, and also in terms of if there are any fatalities.
Okay, definitely. Disaster and Emergency Management Services of Ekurhuleni responded out this afternoon around about 15:40 for this storm that actually ravaged through Phumulani Mall. So on arrival, we found that now the roof of the mall, the bigger part of it, has been blown off completely by the storm, and of which some of the roof sheetings have been blown away for about 30 to 40 meters outside the perimeter fencing. And now that actually affected also the vehicles that were parked here, and of which we've got now, we can confirm 10 vehicles that are totally damaged by the debris as they were falling throughout. And throughout the mall inside, we've got a lot of debris that is going through the corridors, through the shops, and the leaking of the roof that is basically damaging the bigger part of the mall. And as a result of that, we actually accounted 3 patients on site with minor injuries. They were actually injured because of the debris as they were falling. So they were given pre-hospital medical treatment on site by the paramedics, and 2 of them have been basically taken to Tembisa Hospital, which is the nearest hospital from here, for further medical care. And we can say that the third person actually felt that now he's actually okay, he's not going to go to the hospital. Right. We can confirm another thing, that now we've got specialized rescue team from Ekurhuleni that is doing the search and rescue inside the mall to search if ever there are still other people trapped underneath the rubble.
So this is one of the scenes, William, before I let you go, but there are other scenes here in Tembisa. We saw the damage done to people's homes. Someone was telling me that in Mandela section, I think they said it is, there's actually damage there as well, but also they were talking about a petrol station and also the hospital. Do we know what the picture looks like at those particular scenes?
As we speak now, we haven't yet received any feedback from our side. However, we have sent our teams to go around Tembisa to go and search if ever there are communities that are affected by this storm. So up to so far, we only had one report that came through the radio from the guys outside there, that now in Tolopili, there are some other houses that are being affected, but there's no casualties there. It's only the roofs that have been blown off. And we can confirm again that now we do have Gauteng Provincial Disaster Management here with us, working together with us, of which they are now coming up with a strategy to mitigate this whole disaster happening around Tembisa.
William Ntladi, I'm going to let you go so you can get back out there. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the update. Iman, that is William Ntladi. He speaks on behalf of the Ekurhuleni Emergency and Disaster Management Services. As I introduce another guest to talk to us, this is someone who is an eyewitness to all of this. His name is Stanley Dlamini, who was inside the mall. Stanley, I'm going to ask you to come a bit close. Give us an update. What happened? You were inside the mall. How did it all play out?
Yes, we're still inside the mall. Then all of a sudden we had very strong sounds coming from the top of the roof inside the mall. Then we were coming out, we were rushing, we were running. Then as I was running outside, I could see just on top of the roof, all sorts of things coming out. The roof sheets, and then we started to run inside to find cover. Then as we were running inside, we'll see that the roof is damaging cars, and some of them were turning upside down and all stuff like that. Then we went out inside the shops just to find cover. Then we could see the storm continuing inside the location.
How terrifying was it? We can see the result of the storm. It speaks to the power and magnitude of it. But how terrified were you for your life at that particular moment?
Man, we want to thank God that we're still alive. Actually, I was thinking that it was my last day on earth because the storm was so powerful, it was so strong. Even the cars were the evidence that this thing, it was too powerful. We want to thank God we're still alive.
And talk to me about the scene inside. As you're saying, you were trying to come out and you realized what was happening. Talk to me about you finding cover. What was happening there? The confusion in the scene there.
Yes, man, everybody was running. And as you are running, you are not sure whether you are going to be safe, where you are going, because we just see this thing. It happens for about 5 minutes, but it's like it was forever. It was so terrifying. You could even feel when you are running, you are no longer sure what is going to happen to you. You are no longer sure. Even the place where we are finding cover, we are not sure if maybe the whole mall is going to be rooted up or what is going to happen. But we thank God, went inside there and it died down all of a sudden.
Right. Stanley, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for that update, and we are thankful that you are safe. Iman, Stanley Dlamini is one of the people who witnessed that storm that actually hit this place, described as a tornado. The pictures themselves depict a really a strong storm with those swirls that are typical of a tornado. And at this moment, this area, Tembisa, taking stock of the damage that has occurred. To our right, you will not be able to see, there's a large group of people that have come out wanting to see for themselves the amount of damage that has occurred here. And just an update again, Iman, the emergency and rescue services talking about 3 patients that they are treating, people who were caught in the debris as things were falling apart here at the Phumulani Mall in Tembisa.
The scenes you're talking to us about, Tula, certainly speak volumes about the power of nature, all of this happening in just a matter of 2 hours or so. Thank you for the update. We'll have more for you throughout the evening. Thulasizwe Simelane with the latest on that roof collapse at the Phumulani Mall in Tembisa, east of Johannesburg. More from Tulas throughout the night.